Down, baby, it's your boy MileHigh, tuning back in for another one of them CannaPost Daily bangers. Your YouTube channel slash podcast podcast. That's all about cannabis, man. Whether it's the business, the plant, the whatever, you know what I'm saying. We just talk anything and everything cannabis over here. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update, man. I keep preaching it. I keep saying it. Oh, let me spark up my blunt too. You know, if you ain't sparking up right now, you should probably be doing so. You know what I'm saying? But I keep telling you guys, man, be careful when you're consuming. I'm a big advocate of, leaving the street market alone, leave the black market alone, utilize these legal markets that are available to you. And I do know that's kind of hard for the people who aren't in a legal state. But that just means that you guys need to be that much more aware of what it is that you are consuming. The other day we got on here, we talked about some tainted cartridges that were going around. And that's what we're going to kind of give a little update. As of now, we have 25 states. So half of the United States has now confirmed that they have at least one case of lung inhalation injuries. And basically just means that people are coming in with problems breathing, collapsed lungs, lungs failing. It's crazy, man. We've got at least 25 states, and there's still more states that are confirming or waiting for test results and stuff to make their confirmation whether they have similar cases. And the one thing that ties all these people together is tainted cartridges, man. Buying cartridges, vape cartridges on the black market. There's at least 215 people who have been confirmed within these 25 states, and at least one person has currently died due to the issues and complications that they have endured. It's super crazy, man. Like, I know everyone's kind of got these questions going on in their head right now, like, well, we've been smoking these cartridges for years, and nothing's ever happened. What now? What's changed? And it really still comes down to first off, we didn't know what these cartridges were doing to our bodies in the first place when we're using the propylene glycol and the glycerin and all these additives and thinners or additives. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. All these additives that we use to help achieve the right viscosity in the oil so that it burns evenly, and the flavors that we add, these are all dilutants, and they make the oils a little bit thinner, and it takes away from the potency and the purity. So the thing about that is people have started to kind of, like, the customer has gotten hip to the fact that if you kind of looked at the cartridge, you can kind of tell how pure and how potent it kind of is based on how thick the oil is inside. So here's where the problem comes into play with these tainted cartridges on the street, all right? So we have a lack of flower, a lack of product to make these oils in the black market already. So you have a lack of oils and, stuff that you can actually get your hands on. So you have to find ways to be able to still cut that oil to make it stretch longer and to not make it too thin so that people don't want to buy it or feel like they're getting gypped out on their product because it's, they feel like it's not the good stuff because it's like watery. And this is kind of where these new additives have come into. Instead of putting additives in there that will make the oil thinner, they started finding ways to be able to make it thicker. They started adding a thickener to it. And we're not really sure what's going on with these thickeners. Most of the places that sell these thickeners, they are public companies. You can look them up. You can personally purchase them. They sell terpenes and, dilutants and all sorts of stuff. But they even have said, at least the companies that have come forth to, answer questions, that they don't ask people to use or don't suggest people use these thickeners in vape products. They don't really even actually suggest that they use majority of their dilutants in vape products. But once you sell somebody something, you can't necessarily tell them what to do with it once you've shipped it off and collected money. It's theirs, So again, it just comes down to knowing what you're doing and being a responsible producer. But on the customer side of things, knowing what to buy and what not to buy, because you can end up in the hospital, man. It's very real. I think we're starting to really understand now that using cannabis in many different forms is being popularized on a massive scale. We're going to start to see the things that we never seen before. We used to be able to say with all confidence that we had never had a weed death. There was no deaths that were contributed to weed, and we could still say that, but we're starting to see deaths and misfortunate, events and things happening around cannabis a lot more in this day and age, which is, it's a very unfortunate thing, but it's, something that was going to come with all this good. You're never going to have nothing that's 100% good. There was always going to be some hiccups in the road. There was always going to be little things we found out about using cannabis and being a user that we would have never been able to find out had it not legalized on this massive of a scale. But just to kind of give you guys an idea of some of the states that have confirmed, there's still a bunch of states that are still trying to confirm out of that list of 25. But we have Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan, North Carolina, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Pennsylvania, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, and California. But the places in California, that's I think the only one on the list right now that has that is a legal state. But the counties that this was found in was in a county that bans legal stores. And I think even has some pretty weird consumption laws and stuff as well still too. Like it's still banned there. But yeah, man, this is just another reason for us to be legalizing on a massive scale and getting every other state that's not a adult use legal state on board, because we need to be giving people the option to consume proper products, man. They need to have the option to go into a store that's fully regulated, that has to go through all the scrutiny, all the testing, all that stuff, and to know that they're getting a safer product, something that's not gonna kill them, because that's the reality. Is this can potentially kill people, because it has. So yeah, man, just a quick little story update, let you guys know what's going on with these cartridges. Just be super aware of what you're smoking, and just to kind of give you guys a little bit of awareness. Some of the cartridges that have been found on the black market that have been tainted were West Coast carts, and that it's called dank carts or something like that. Those are the two that have been for sure kind of named as, hey, these are illegal carts. They're black market cartridges, and these are potential tainted cartridges. So please beware. If you have any of these cartridges laying around, you probably should stop using them. But again, you're an adult, so do what you want. But I'll leave you with this: as always, be careful and know what you're consuming. Be responsible when you're using. Be a responsible user, and just know that anybody can order bootleg packaging and cartridges, and they can fill it with whatever they want. So just know that, man. And I just want you guys to, stay high and stay safe, and be responsible, man. I love you guys. There is no me without you. Always remember to live life high, honest, intelligent, genuine, humble. Look yourself in the mirror and be like, God dang it, I'm sexy. And thank you for joining this cannabis community. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification, stay up to date with what we got going on over here and what's going on in the cannabis world. Share with all your friends, your family, bring everybody on, man. We're over 100,000, or over 100,000, we're over 100 subscribers, on our way to 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.